Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities Podcast. I'm your host, Melvin the Crimson Taurus, and I am a little under the weather. I have a stuffy nose, a semi-sore throat, not too bad. And, well, believe it or not, folks, you guys know I like the heat. Well, I'm burning up. I am so hot right now. I am just sitting in boxers and a t-shirt. That's a joke. I'm not actually doing that. I would never do that. And as you can tell by the giggles, I am here with. I just had a mind fart. Ooh. That's how you know I'm under the weather.
Neima,
Yes.
Mystic Dealer, what?
I am
Same old, same
here,
old.
of course, with the mystifying dealer of mystic goods, the third eyed mystic herself, the ever so lovely Neima.
Hello, hello.
And it looks like we're getting an error on the thing. Hold up. No, it works, so I don't know what's happening there. So, yeah, this is going to be a wacky one. We already started off great, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey,
That
Bomber.
car in the back just sounds lovely.
Yeah, I mean, it's so annoying. I don't know. All of a sudden, it was quiet this entire day. And then all of a sudden, this car alarm just decides to go off and stay going off. And it's so annoying. I mean, gosh, I just want to punch it. But
Mm,
then I'd have to pay a lot of money.
this is true.
Niem, go punch the car.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out well for me either.
Oh, well, darn it. Why do I have you here for? You're supposed to be the enforcer.
Mm,
Like, could you
mm.
imagine? Because you're so tiny, you being an enforcer.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not enforcing anything.
But it would be awesome. Okay, so before we get into the main shebang of this, ooh, I like that, the main shebang. Hmm, I might start saying that more now. But before we get into it, a little bit of small talk. And Nehemiah, I know you don't really follow the news too much or the current events. You know, that's fine, probably saves you headaches.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, and one event happened today in the US that was pretty big and pretty unheard of. Excuse me. But today, the a couple of members, I think it was 45 members of the House Republicans, and I'm talking about the House of Representatives, Congress, they
Mm-hmm.
decided to throw a little temper tantrum and storm into a meeting where people on the I don't know the correct terminology, but basically folks who were interviewing witnesses with Adam Schiff and all them on the committee, the impeachment inquiry committee, to see what's going on with all that stuff. Well, anyway, the Republicans, they just busted in there and decided to throw a little temper tantrum and just like, no, it's not happening, and blah blah blah, yakety smacky. I don't know when that has ever happened in history of the U.S.
Yakety smackety.
Yeah, man, that's blah blah
I like
blah,
that
yakety
term.
smackety. Like, I got that. Oh gosh, I'm getting ready to age myself now, but I got that from an old cartoon show called Tasmanian Devil, which of course is a spin-off of the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes.
Okay. Okay.
I see you have not seen this show.
No, I have not.
Yeah, but anyway, the dad, he was a very smooth guy, and he would go in there. Well, son, you have to do all of this and that and blah blah blah, yakety swackety. And
Okay.
so that's where I got it from. I like it. But anyway, yeah. So what do you think about that? Just storming in some private and closed meetings.
I mean, I feel like it fits America. It's just what America is about lately. Drama,
Yeah, we're like a
making a
Mexican
scene.
soap.
Yeah.
Jorge. Ay, ay, ay. Arra. I don't know. I don't watch those things.
if if that happens in politics, please let me know.
Oh, you'll be all down for that.
Then I'll then I'll pay attention.
You'll pay attention. Uh, now, well, no, I'll save this for later. But we're getting closer and closer to Halloween, and as you know, people like to do tricks and scare a few folks and all that good stuff. And I'm curious, when you were younger, have you ever pulled any tricks on people?
Jeez.
I mean, right now
Um.
I'm getting tricked by this freaking car alarm. This is like the ultimate
Yeah.
troll.
um. Yeah, I don't think so. I
Really? You never pulled any tricks?
I don't know. I don't believe
Um,
so. Not
what
not that I can remember.
what about you guys in chat? You guys ever? You, uh-oh, what's going on with the audio? Is it low or bad? I'll try and fix it. Oh, the car alarm stopped. Oh, it stopped. Oh, it's back.
Nope.
Never mind. I don't know what I can do about that, but yeah, just let me know what's up with the audio, and I'll try and fix it real quick. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Neema, you're probably gonna have to take over while I just pause or just mute my side of things.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Why isn't it
so
off yet?
alright, so it is internet issues then. That's what's up with audio.
Hmm.
Okay, is it back to normal now or no?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh gosh, Bomber said it almost sounds like the dude from Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill. It puts the lotion on the skin.
I thought that was because you weren't feeling good. That your voice sounded kind of off.
Well, no, apparently it's internet issues plus me being under the weather.
Oh.
So this is just brilliant. Yeah, like I said earlier, if you weren't here for this, this is pretty much a wacky show to the point where I probably won't edit it. I'll just leave it like this.
Yeah.
Laughing gas, come on, I'm not the Joker. Um, yeah, so we might just leave it like this. This might be one of those things. So I'm okay with it. Nima, what about you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Anyway, tricks. Yeah. So I never pulled any tricks because I'm a Boy Scout, but I had a few friends who did do a few things. Mostly when I was a teen is when they did some stuff. And one of them, for some reason, thought it was funny to blow up porter potties.
Oh wow.
Mind you, I wasn't there when said porter potties were being blown up. In fact, I didn't want to know about it, therefore I didn't have to testify. But yeah, that was their tricks, and this actually made the news. Believe it or not.
What kind of trouble does that get you into?
Uh, Destruction of property.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you're blowing up a porta potty. They're disgusting, but they do serve a purpose.
Yeah,
I
makes
don't
some
know
sense.
why. I don't know. But yeah, they always thought it was funny and a little trick. I just think it was mischievous and darn right rude.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive.
Another time, this was back when I was younger now, not a teen, but they tried to put a tack in the teacher's seat.
Like a
And
thumbtack?
yeah. Hello.
Where, where'd you go?
Oh,
Oh,
I
there you
didn't.
are.
Okay, so evidently something is tricking me because all of a sudden my mic just failed. I mean,
Dude, and you sound 100% different.
what? What is going
Like
on
so
today?
different. Wow, they were right. You sound extremely different.
Okay.
That's crazy.
All right. So yeah, definitely just we're gonna write this one off. This is just I'm not I'm not gonna bother editing. Somehow the mic just decided to crash, reset, fix itself. So I'm just gonna I don't know. Something is beyond the grave or whatever is just messing with me at the moment.
Wow.
Darn it.
That's a
Now I lost my train of
complete
thought.
trip.
Everything.
So, you were saying that your friends put a thumbtack on the
Oh,
teacher's seat?
yeah. Okay. So they put a thumbtack on the teacher's seat, which is a
Mhm.
classic, of course.
Right.
But what happened was the teacher was smarter than a fourth grader, and and knew what was up, saw it, so they just played along for a minute and just ah and then they took it to another level to the point where it was like, if I find out who did this, you're going to jail. I'm gonna call the cops. This was assault. you know.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, talk about having someone scared. I mean, jeez, could you imagine? Like, oh no, oh
Dang.
no, oh no. It's like, and then they were nice and said, "Gotcha." But don't do that. It's not right and it's stupid.
Yeah, I think, well, now that you said that, I we did that in middle school, but I felt really bad because I had no partake in it, but our history teacher had a walking disability.
Hmm.
So he would walk around and it was, very obvious. But they put gum on his seat and he actually sat on it.
Oh,
It
that's
was
messed
real
up.
it was so messed up seeing him walk around and they were just like going off
No,
laughing. I felt so bad for the dude.
okay. So I don't like things like that. Honestly, I'm okay with some pranks and tricks, but I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Right.
And I don't like that one. That one can fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like pranks, quote unquote pranks, where the harm comes to someone. Like, for instance, they crack them in the head with a brick or something.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
that's
awful.
not funny. That's just mean. And like, see, I just busted out the windows of your car.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
Angie says they smeared bananas on her seat.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's
jacked.
disgusting.
And then the classic, like, gum in the girl's hair. But you only did that if you really dislike somebody.
Oh yeah.
That ever happened to you?
I think so. Or it happened to my sister because I remember someone getting gum in their hair and taking it out.
See, now it's time to fight. Ding ding. But yeah, so some pranks are okay, some not so much. If they're harmless, I'm cool with them. If the person doing the prank is the one getting harmed, I'm okay with. Kind of
Mhm.
like Impractical Jokers. I love that show.
Never seen it.
Of course you haven't. I mean, why would you? They have a butt ton of clips on YouTube, so when you have some free time, just type in Impractical Jokers. If that doesn't
Okay.
make you laugh, then you clearly have the heart of a demon.
Ooh, demon. That's kind of harsh, but okay.
Yeah, I went there. I mean, it's that time of the year. I can go there. So, speaking of that time of the year, let's jump into the main shebang. Well, I really like that. Okay, so, you ever been trick or treating?
Yes.
Oh, right. What was your costumes that you recall wearing?
Cowgirl, Jasmine, and I think I've been a witch a few times.
A witch, huh?
Uh, yeah,
Now, is
it's
it
been pretty,
the Wizard
pretty
of
fun.
Oz witch or a more classic interpretation of the witch with the black pointy hat and not the green face, but
Black pointy hat,
black.
definitely classic.
And that car alarm's back. Beautiful. This guy's a prick. Okay, so I remember you telling me Jasmine because I like Aladdin, and yeah, I will always remember the Jasmine.
Hmm.
Um,
What What have you been?
I have only dressed up one time. No, I take it back. Only two times. The first time I don't know how old, but I was Batman,
Okay.
and I felt so awkward and stupid. And the reason for this was because they had the kids walk around outside the building for some reason, the school, to showcase their outfits. And it's like, oh gosh, just kill me now. This is so stupid.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
pretty funny.
I might have been, I'm trying to remember. I think I was 10 at the time, 9 or 10. And
Hmm.
it was just stupid. It's like, why am I doing this? What is the purpose?
Yeah,
Uh,
you were pretty smart. You're a pretty
well,
smart 10-year-old.
not smart, just more like it. Don't want to do this. Not like this. But yeah, I was Batman, who is my favorite superhero. But it's a good chance he might get blacklisted if this movie's terrible with that sparkly vampire dude.
Oh yeah, why is everyone giving such backlash for that?
Because he was in Twilight and he played a sparkly vampire.
And everyone's like thinking he can't act or what?
Well, no, I think he's an okay actor, and he actually earned a little bit of my respect after I found out that for some role he was doing, he was literally eating dirt and mud and peeing his pants and stuff. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, acting is his job, so I'm sure he can.
well, it's not that. It's just he's such a pretty boy, and it's just he was in
Yeah.
Twilight and he sparkled. I mean, I just sparkles. I mean, he sparkled. I can't get over that. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Batman has he's had a in my opinion a bad track record. I know I'm in the minority on this, but I hated the Nolan Batman
Hmm.
films. I don't consider that Batman at all. Can't stand them. Um, and then of course the Joel Schumacher Batman Batman and Robin. That was just from a technical filming standpoint. That was a terrible movie.
Hmm.
Um, and then recently with just the way DC is, mind you, I realize this is not a Halloween movie, but whatever. It's a dude in a costume. What do you do for Halloween? You dress up
Yeah.
in costumes. It works. Um,
It's
What
related.
was what'd you say?
No, I said it's all related. It's
Yeah.
okay.
And then with the recent films with Ben Affleck, I actually thought Ben Affleck was a good Batman, and he was dedicated to the role. Dude put on like 15 pounds of muscle. All right, that's dedication. I respect that. And the
Hmm.
problem is, he was in a terrible movie, Batman vs. Superman, that literally, in my opinion, only had one, maybe two good scenes. And if I could, I would like to meet Zack Snyder in the back of an alley, and I just happen to have a crowbar. Because he just.
Jeez.
Hey, believe it or not, I don't talk about it much, but I am a huge DC fan, and I like Superman. I love Batman, and
Hmm.
just to see it butchered like that, it just is so upsetting. but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, the two scenes was basically Batman. Spoiler alert, people! Like if you haven't seen the movie, which you really shouldn't, but I'm about to spoil some stuff. Batman concocts something with kryptonite, and he pretty much makes Superman loses all his powers, and Batman put him in his place. That was awesome. That
Okay.
was also in the commercials. We knew it was coming. The second part is a warehouse scene that was just straight out of a Batman Arkham video game, and he busts in there and just beat everybody down. That was cool. Two best parts of the entire movie. Neema, I totally recommend you see the warehouse fight scene
Warehouse fight scene.
with yeah from
Okay.
Batman vs Superman. Best part of the film. But yeah, I didn't like what Zack Snyder did to him. How he had Batman kill people, which is like, what are you doing, dude? Batman doesn't do this. I mean, yeah, at one point in the comics he did, but for the most part, Batman doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
And it was just bad. It was bad.
I get it. I get it.
And then, oh my gosh, and everyone will know this. Who saw that film? Bomber will know. Martha, why did you say that name? Oh my god, that was terrible. Oh, oh gosh. If you saw it, you'd understand. But it pretty much stopped Batman from killing Superman. Oh my god. Why did you say that name? Why did you say Martha? And then Justice League, that was a joke. I mean, is something wrong when Aquaman is the coolest character in there? And his movie wasn't bad either. What is happening? This is weird, man. This is so wrong. I'm in Bizarro land. But yeah, there's that. So there you guys go. That's my little thing on Batman.
Went off on a rant?
Well, it wasn't. I don't think this was a super rant or nothing,
No.
and the Nolan films, like I said, I can't stand. And whenever I see what's his face, the Aussie, I can't think of his name. Someone in chat will say it. Is it Christopher or something? Well, he was awesome in this movie called Equilibrium. Great movie, by the way. That's one you would probably like. Christian Bale, that's his name. Whenever I see him, and as Batman, I just can't help but just like wonder if he was an asthmatic or he had like 50 cheeseburgers or something because whenever he spoke in that movie, the dude sounded like he couldn't breathe. Just I want to know about the bees and the birds and a double cheeseburger. Tell me everything.
God.
It's terrible. I hate those movies. But whatever. Halloween movies. Neema, do you have a favorite Halloween movie?
Um, good question. No, because I feel like I watch them all the time. I mean, I just watch Adam's Family, Hocus Pocus, The Craft.
Oh, The
You know,
Craft. I haven't seen that in a long time.
I watch that like religiously. But
Really? I just learned something new about you. I had no idea.
yeah,
Okay, so let's start off with the Addams Family. Like, were you a fan of the original show?
I I want to watch the original show. I've been trying to find it and I haven't yet.
Oh, well, you see, this is why physical media and DVD are awesome.
Hmm.
But the original show, it was very good. For its time, it was very odd. And, of course, they competed with the Munsters. But
Hmm.
the original show, I would say, is better than the movies. But the movies, they did a great job capturing the Addams family. Even though it was a bit more toned down, but everyone had that creep factor and just they took everything seriously, especially Christina Ricci as Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. She was good.
So, yeah, would you like to live with the Addams family?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Definitely. Hmm. Are you
I.
hearing that noise? No.
Oh gosh.
No.
It's another noise.
No, no, it's just like it's on my end. It's like notifications, but you can't hear
Oh, okay. Well, I don't hear it, so you're good.
it. Okay.
Um, yeah, so
Notifications.
who's your favorite Adam?
Who's my favorite Adam? Huh? I've only seen the movies. I haven't seen the old one.
Well, all the characters from the TV show are in the movie, so you can still
Oh
have a favorite.
no, I'm sorry. I don't. You confuse me. Um. Hmm. It'd have to be the mom.
Morticia,
Yeah, it'd have to be her.
because she's just so smooth and calm.
I just like her catchphrases,
Oh, well.
like or whatever she says. She's just on point.
And, oh, by the way, everyone in chat, if you guys have favorite Halloween movies or memories, go ahead and share them. That's what this show's about. Just getting you all ready for that. Um, For me, my favorite characters is probably Lurch and Cousin It.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I I I love Lurch because he's just kind of there and he just puts up with everything for no real reason.
Yeah.
And Cousin It is just cool. I mean, and this hairy little thing, and I don't know why. Whenever I see him, he reminds me of ZZ Top.
Okay.
But
Yeah. What is he? Is he like a hairball? I
I
don't
guess
know.
so. I don't know, man. But for whatever reason, he gets the women. So I think Cousin It is packing under all that hair. Oh, great. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Um, yeah, I think he's packing or something because he
He's a
pulls
ladies'
women.
man. Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I love Cousin It. I love how he talks and everything. It's just so weird. But oh, really? I just got a text. I have a package coming in like 20 minutes, so we'll probably hear a knock on the door. This has been a weird off day. What is happening?
What is going on?
Honestly, Niyama, I blame you.
Oh, sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm always gonna blame you. So sorry.
Hmm.
Okay, and the craft. Why do you like the craft so much?
I mean, I don't have specific reasoning. I just like the movie.
All
It
right,
has
so
witchcraft in it. I like the store in there.
yeah, okay, so have you done any witchcraft?
No,
Really? You want to?
no.
What? Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm scared.
Of what?
I I heard I shouldn't dabble.
Okay. Can we get some specifics on why you shouldn't? I mean,
No, no, I'm just trying to be more careful because uh, one of my friends was telling me like this all happened in like the last week. So he told me that he just did. an exorcism,
What?
because his brother is a Catholic priest. So they did a real exorcism, and he's just like, and he knows that I read a lot and that I'm into that kind of stuff, and he's just like, you need to be careful, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'm here. I hear you. I hear you.
Dude, what
I don't know.
what kind of
So I'm kind of
witchcraft?
spooked out right now.
Yeah, what kind of mess was that person into?
Oh, no, okay. So they did a daughter. I guess the daughter kept going downstairs because she was hearing voices and it was telling her to go downstairs. And she had her eyes rolled back, was banging her head against the wall, and speaking in a deep demonic voice, pure Latin. So they asked the parents, like after they did the exorcism, like what was going on, what had happened, and they said that the grandmother had went over there and was doing some seances or like voodoo stuff with the granddaughter.
Okay, well, I can tell you now that's not voodoo. That doesn't happen with that, but
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty
I don't
trippy.
know. Right.
I we're gonna have to talk to Bonnie about some witchcraft stuff. that
Right. So
that's
now I'm scared. Now I'm not scared, but I'm just like, okay, maybe I should, like I have this exorcism book that I'm going to read, and then I have to read this book on channeling because I've been having some weird dreams about channeling. I don't know.
okay. Yeah, no. Hey, I see how that one would put you on the straight and narrow where it's like I don't want to know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I and it's funny because I won't do the stuff, but I'll tell someone else to do it. Yeah, go ahead, it'll be
Right.
fine. Um,
Look at you.
well, no. If you ever do, let me know and we'll see if we can record this thing because I'm curious about it.
Hmm.
But any particular type of witchcraft you would have been interested in if you were to dabble?
I mean, what was it? I don't know if it's considered witchcraft because I read this Hermetic philosophy book,
Uh huh.
and it's initiation into hermetics, I believe, and it just talks about things you do to kind of strengthen your mind and kind of better your life. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
count it as witchcraft, but
I wouldn't
um,
count that as witchcraft either. That's more like energy strengthening and getting your flow and chakras, all that stuff happening.
right, like stuff like that. Not nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but you just reminded me in the first episode of Ghost Adventures. I think I told you this, but they were at Bobby Mackey's and they have some footage of a guy getting his name's Carl and he was getting receiving an exorcism because of the place. They said that something took over him and they didn't show the full thing, and even if they, I cannot believe this. What is happening today? Okay, all right. It says we're live.
Hello.
All right, hello.
Hey.
Yeah, internet. We're live again, but my internet totally blah.
Mm-hmm.
I What is going on today?
Well, it's
I
not even Mercury retrograde yet.
I
You
mean
know?
this has never happened before, not like this.
Mm-mm.
So I'm sorry, everyone. Now I'm wondering if I should edit this, but no, I might just keep it how it is and just write it off. This is this has definitely been one of those days. Honestly, the last 2 days have really sucked, and it's like, yeah, here's the final punch to the face.
Mm,
But on the bright side, the car alarm stopped.
that's good.
Yes. So let's see if anyone's going to actually come back and rejoin. I just need to know if everything's working again. No one is telling me anything. So all right, we'll just keep going. They'll just watch the what they call it, VOD, video on demand. So before we jump back into it, you did something that was really cool for our listeners. And what I will do, since everything today has been a botched, I'll make a separate little announcement too for YouTube. You have a discount code going on.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
tell us about that. What's up with that?
Well, I just created a discount code for everyone who listens to the podcast. It's called Bob the Alien, all caps. So if you guys put that in on the website, you get 25% off your entire order. And that's good until Christmas Eve.
Yes, because the women love the bob, and the bob loves the feet.
Okay, this has to stop.
But I just like the feet. When do I get to see yours?
Oh dear.
Senorita.
Oh dear. I'm having flashbacks from the Sparklet King.
Well, he might be Bob in disguise. What will your Halloween costume be? You could put your feet up
Are
on
you
my
dress?
spaceship. Huh?
What?
Don't worry about it.
are
But
you? Are you? Are you? What are you dress? Are you going out? Are you dressing up for
no, I
Halloween?
am not going out, and I am not dressing up. Instead, I'll be hanging out with Angie K, and we will be making pancakes.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah, so that will be very yummy, and uh, I think when she makes pancakes, she might have the fire on a little too high.
Uh
So
huh.
hopefully, I can navigate her to not have it on so high, like low and slow, man, low and slow.
Hmm.
It's like making love. You go low and slow.
Oh goodness.
He just like totally rolled her. Like, please shut up. um, okay, so before everything just went haywire and decided to take a giant dump, I was saying that on the first episode of Ghost Adventures, there was this guy, his name's Carl, and he was receiving an exorcism, and it was just the freakiest thing ever. And I don't want to see the full thing. It was disturbing, and I will never forget it because the priest was in front of him, splashing holy water, I guess,
Mhm.
and he kept saying, "This body is mine. This body is mine." You know, it's like, oh gosh, it was so
Yeah,
intense.
that's scary.
Um, and I remember searching YouTube for some exorcism stuff because I was going to do a video on it,
Mhm.
and uh, I came across some things that happen in church, and I don't. I don't know if it was 100% real, but I certainly can't prove that it's fake. And what the heck? Why does this say 1 hour 34 minutes? I'm sorry, I just noticed something and I think I messed up again.
Oh no.
No, I guess I didn't, so whatever. We'll just go with it. But, yeah, it was in church and this girl somehow contorted her limbs and everything and it looked so
Jeez.
painful. It was
Oh.
it was terrible. And it was like, "No, I can't do this."
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, something that is fascinating are some of the voodoo rituals. And those are interesting because people they start dancing around depending on which law it is, but they dance around and move to a certain beat. So they bring the drums in and they enter a type of trance state. And that's when the law, basically ancestor spirit, enters
Mhm.
into the body. And when they're in the body, they're able to do some pretty interesting things. Of course, they don't really contort, but their face almost changes, their eyes. Oh, it's very intense. And to make sure that it's not the person just acting, they will test them. For instance, Maman Brigette, who is a part of the Guide family,
Mhm.
she has a thing for hot peppers. And they get some of the hottest peppers you can find. And what they do is they'll have the host of Maman Brigette eat them. And when I say eat them, I mean like eat them whole and all of that. And if Maman Brigette wasn't in you, that stuff would probably kill you. You wouldn't be able to, you'd be screaming. And they also rub the peppers and stuff on their genitals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
Oh, it would be awful if she's not in there, but
Right.
she's in there. It's trippy, but I'm fascinated by that because it makes me think like, okay, either this is such an awesome trick, I don't know how it's done, or voodoo's legit, which I do believe it's legit.
Yeah. I watched a YouTube video just like 2 days ago that was talking about how if you trans channel, the face will change, like the facial expression, the eyes, and it's like the change that you're talking about.
Yeah,
And
I've
they're talking about how that's unsafe, but I mean, I'm sure like they
I
prove it
do
isn't
believe
safe
it's legit.
still.
Oops. I accidentally did something. No, I wanted
You're
to see.
just a mess today.
I am a mess today because the okay. Here's the thing: the stream chat isn't working from where I'm paying attention. So I went to another page to see, and I see that Angie is still here. Thank God. Hi, Angie. And uh, I forgot to mute the volume, and so it came through, and hopefully it didn't create an echo effect. I don't think it did. Feedback loop. But yeah, this is such an off show. But yeah, Angie's here, so I wasn't ignoring you. I just couldn't see you, so I'll just have this one open and this one at the same time.
Hmm.
But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying with the? Oh yeah, the face changes. I actually saw that happen with Bonnie.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that happen with Bonnie, and there's some pictures which they're on Unexplained Possibilities Facebook page that
Okay.
you can actually see, and it looks like her face is almost morphing into a cat or something.
What what was she channeling?
I don't think she was channeling anything. I think she was using her scrying mirror for whatever reason. And,
Mm.
with her, like, we're pretty sure that she has some stuff going down with aliens.
Yeah.
And one of them would be Syrians, and sometimes they can look like cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that was what's up with her. And but yeah, I saw it though. We were on Skype one night. We were video chatting, and she was doing a reading for me, and I saw it. I was like, what the heck? That's trippy. Okay.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, that stuff is, to me, it's legit. I can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, I think it's a fear that we create ourselves because it's just so unknown, but yet this is stuff our ancestors used to do all the time, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So what
True.
happened between now and then?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this actually brings me to one of my favorite Halloween movies, and it doesn't necessarily involve transformation, but there is a little reanimation in it, and that is Hocus Pocus.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe you said you like Hocus Pocus.
I do. I thought I remembered it differently, and I downloaded that again a month ago, and I watched it.
Uh huh.
It was okay. It was okay.
Oh, you know what? Give me 1 minute. We're gonna have dead air. Terribly sorry. 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Neima, talk about Hocus Pocus. I'll be right back.
He's getting his package right now. Why though? I feel like today is just filled with shenanigans, mishaps.
Sweet pea, you don't have to
Scary
look
squeaky door.
at like a devil. Alright, sorry about that.
What did we get?
Nothing I'm sharing. Nah, it's just a few undershirts and some socks and mess like that. It's just clothes and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing fun or
Oh.
big or important. Sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of a trick someone did too. This is so messed up. I don't know if you're from. I know you're not familiar with this person. His name is Darkside Phil. He is a streamer. He streams video games, and he's not very well liked to the point where he's actually despised and hated. And
Okay.
somehow someone got a hold of his address, and they. Oh, what?
No, go on.
Okay, and they sent him something.
What did they
Um,
send him?
I'll get to that in a second. The problem is the person wrote in the wrong address, and so it went to the neighbor, which actually makes this more awkward, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was a giant dildo.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
so the neighbors had to call him up and tell him, we have something for you. So, oh
Nice.
man. So yeah, that's actually really funny. I mean, it's messed up, but it's pretty funny at the same time.
Yeah, that's actually a funny one.
Yeah,
For
so no
sure.
one was hurt, but yeah, he's just that hated. But like I said, as long as no one gets hurt, I'm cool with it. But yeah, that's a good trick. Anyway, what were you saying about Hocus Pocus while I was gone?
I didn't really say anything about Hocus Pocus.
Of course you didn't. Now I'm gonna have to
Mm.
listen back and go to the 50-minute mark and like, let's see what Neima said. Melvin's an idiot. What? How dare she? But yeah, I love Hocus Pocus, and they were going to make a part two. Believe it or not,
And
they
they didn't?
nah. I
I
mean,
thought they
for
did.
I think that movie's better off as a one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
and the cast is older and everything, which actually might work for the witches, surprisingly. But where do you go from there? Like, oh, the Sanderson sisters are back, and we need Max and Danny and all the. It's like, I
No.
don't think it will work. It just won't have the same charm, and sometimes films are just better off with one movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's not happening. But then I heard a terrible rumor that Disney was going to actually remake it.
Oh, yeah. They're remaking everything.
Yeah, because it's no original ideas and it's bizarre.
Sucks.
Oh, it really does. But yeah, so I hope they don't. And because I mentioned Disney, this just took me to another film that I really enjoyed. And as a kid, this was probably the scariest made for TV Disney movie ever. And it's called Don't Look Under Your Bed.
Hmm.
You have
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
that
it.
one.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to probably start writing out a checklist on what you have and have not seen. It's not gonna get a lot of checks though. I'm assuming. No, but that one was freaky. It was about the boogeyman.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about the boogeyman and imaginary friends and how the boogeyman in particular was messing with this one girl and her little brother. Like the boogeyman kidnapped her brother and an imaginary friend of his, which for some reason she was able to see, they teamed up and they went into.
Oh, I don't know why this is sounding familiar.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, they went into, I don't know, whatever type of world that is. It was trippy and creepy. The boogeyman was freaky with his long nails and mess. And it turns out the imaginary friends can turn into boogeymen. It was nuts. But that was a freaky film. A good one, but it was freaky.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, you can't mention Halloween, at least not as a kid, without mentioning the ultimate Goosebumps.
True.
Uh, that, please tell me you've seen some episodes.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I have.
Niema, I'm gonna fire you.
I should be fired.
I mean, come on, Goosebumps. Now I know
No?
I'm a couple of years older than you, but it's Goosebumps.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh man, what is happening here? How have you never seen Goosebumps?
I don't know.
I mean, I can understand not reading the books, but there's an episode of Goosebumps. And I'm not talking about the movie with Jack Black. I mean the real deal TV series. Oh, hey, how do you like that? Now the chat is working on the normal stream. I just looked over.
Yeah, that's nice.
Test, test, test. But okay, so most people know Slappy the dummy, of course, which I'm whatever with them. But the one that got me was Night of the Living Mask, I think it was called, or Mask of Terror or something. So
Mhm.
it was this girl. I can't remember her name. She had a very unique name, and she wanted to be something creepy and scary. She went to a Halloween store, a mask shop, and she put on this green mask and she was just scaring everyone and freaking everybody out. And the mask got stuck on her face and it started to take
Oh,
control over her. She couldn't get it off or anything,
ew.
and it was gonna pretty much kill her.
Mm.
And it was freaky, and they had three parts to it. And the second or third part, I think her sister had the mask put on her face, and she told her sister not to do it, like the thing's evil. It was so cool though. It was such a good episode.
Hmm.
And then this episode with worms, where this kid would torture worms, and they wanted their revenge. And they would pop up out of the ground. They would be in his bed. Like, I think one worm, a giant worm, drug him underground. It was
Oh,
trippy. It was,
wow.
I can't believe you've never seen Goosebumps.
Yep.
Okay,
That's sad.
what about this one though? Are you afraid of the dark?
Nope.
For I shouldn't be surprised, but for those who don't know, Are You Afraid of the Dark is actually coming back. If it's not back already, but the format is different, sadly. Instead of it being campfire stories, they made it somewhat like an adventure show where they investigate the paranormal.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm not too keen on that one. But Are You Afraid of the Dark was good. Um, I don't know why I'm mentioning this. Erie, Indiana.
Nope.
um, let's see. I've got to find something, man. It's gonna be something that you've seen. I hope. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Nope.
That's a cartoon show and movies. It originally started as movies, and they spun off into cartoons. The Blob,
Nope. Mm-mm.
The Thing.
The thing. Hmm. I feel like that one sounds familiar.
They had a remake that came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, what about we're going into movies now? Child's Play.
Nope.
Speaking of Child's Play, there are kids outside now. Um,
Wait, that's you mean Chucky?
yeah, Chucky.
Oh yeah.
You seen Chucky? Okay, we got one. Jeez, Louise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't think I was ever into scary movies like that, especially as a kid. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
well,
Terrible.
what did I do? I did something else now. All right, never mind. We're good. Okay, so sorry, I was reading something real quick. I I'm not too into scary movies, but Child's Play 1 through 3 I enjoy the heck out of. Not because they're scary. I don't think they're scary at all. I just think
Hmm.
they're freaking hilarious because of the voice of Chucky. Like the guy just
Yeah.
sounds so deranged and just hilarious.
Hmm.
So, what would you do if you had a little 3 foot doll chasing after you trying to kill you?
Oh my god, I would freak out.
I
I
mean,
would seriously freak out.
but it's a 3 foot little doll.
Right. Like I'm surprised no one just kicked it and like sent it flying.
Apparently, it's a strong 3 foot little doll. But no, that's so weird to me because in horror movies and slashers, it's like the protagonists they have to be pretty stupid, which is
Yeah.
odd. And the funny thing is, when it comes to those type of stories, it gets worse before it gets better. And
Mm,
in order to win, things have to go really bad, and even then, it's no guarantee that you're gonna win. Um,
yeah.
um, for instance, Friday the 13th, those films. I I'm not the biggest fan of them. I like the character, I'm just not the
Hmm.
biggest fan of them, but man, they hit every 80s horror thing ever. Isolated camp, nighttime, teens getting freaky with one another, and just a crazy killer, stupid blonde tripping. Classic.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's do this because I want to hear how you would escape. But here you are in a semi-isolated area, killers on the way, and you're in the house or whatever. Like, what do you do to escape?
If I'm in a house, what do I do to escape?
Yeah, but the killer, he's somewhere traveling around too.
In the house.
Yeah, in the house.
And what are my exits? Is this a two-story? I'm on the second floor. I'm
Two-story
on the first floor.
house. Two-story house. You're on the second floor. Chances are it's late at night, so you just wake up. You're kind of groggy, and you see him outside. He breaks in. He's slow moving though, and you have car keys. You have the cars in the garage. The phone lines aren't dead yet, meaning that they could potentially go dead. And there is a gun somewhere in the house and a knife. What do you do?
Of course. I mean, I would go for the knife for sure. Um, hmm.
You'd go for the knife, not the gun?
No, I don't. I don't know how to use a gun. I'd probably be all shaky. I'd be
Okay.
like, "What do I do with this? Is the safety on? Is it off?"
All right, that makes sense. I get that.
So I'd go for the knife for sure. Um, then I would probably try the whole quiet thing where I'm just like trying to sneak around. So he would go into a room and then I would somehow be out of that room and then sneak out or something. I
Okay.
don't know.
I mean, you would probably end up dead. Let me tell you what I would do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, this is what I would do. I would get that phone so quick, call 911, and jump out a freaking window and just hit every single neighbor's house and just take off running.
Wow.
I mean, forget trying to get the gun, forget trying to get the knife, forget trying to be sneaky. Get the heck out of there. Call somebody and knock on every door, wake everybody up. That's what I would do. Ah, someone's trying to kill me.
Right.
Knocking on door. You know, just help, help, help.
Yeah, why is there no one around in these scary movies?
Exactly. I mean, because then they'll be able to help or get killed. I don't know. Actually, it
Right.
reminds me of. Have you seen this one? It's not a scary movie, but it's a. I don't know. I guess something like Jaws, but Deep Blue Sea.
Mm, is
The names that
is
you would
that the
know
one with the
for
scuba diving? No.
scuba dive. You're thinking of Deep Blue, I think,
Oh, okay.
or Into the
No,
Blue, or
that's
something
the
like
one.
that.
Mm-mm.
Um, Deep Blue Sea is a shark movie where people are isolated in a facility that was making sharks smarter for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Genuine Einsteins.
Real
And
creative.
Samuel L. Jackson's character is in there, and they get isolated in a room, and he's giving a moving speech on how he survived Mount Everest and how they're going to survive this. And a giant shark just comes out the water, eats them, and leaves. And it's like, well, shoot. That's pretty much what would happen to anyone who's trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
It it would suck. So now here's the thing. You're not the protagonist in this horror thing, but you're just someone on standby who is there when someone's asking for help. Do you help them and potentially get killed?
Oh, good question. Hmm. I think if I could help, I probably would. If I saw that I had an equal chance
An equal chance.
of not surviving, I probably wouldn't. I'd bitch out.
That's that's funny. I wouldn't help. Every man for himself. Yeah, every man for himself. Because unfortunately, when you help people, that's when you die.
Mhm.
I unfortunately, it's just the cold hard truth. That's when you die. There's a Halloween movie from years ago, and I cannot think of the name of it. And it's a cartoon movie, and they actually talk about the different cultures of Halloween, Day of the Dead, whatever you want to call it. What the heck? Oh, Melvin, you did it again. I forgot to close out something, and now everyone hears the beeping. Yeah, I am totally not editing this show. As a matter of fact, I might even delete this one. This never happened.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll keep it. But still, we're going to have to do a makeup show next month, and I think I have one in mind. I'm not saying too many details yet. Neima will know, of course, but the rest of you guys are in the dark.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a Halloween cartoon movie, and I just cannot think of the name of it. And it was like a kid who was getting possessed by Jack O' Lantern or the spirit of Halloween, and his friends had to save him. It was actually really good, very ahead of its time.
Hmm. Mhm.
And I was about to ask, do you recall something like that? But I'm pretty sure you don't.
No. Uh-uh.
All right, so when you were younger, what type of Halloween stuff did you watch?
I Yeah, I don't really remember. I think it was just Chucky because my sister liked that. And wow, my memory's shot.
Well, that's what happens from all the shrooming.
Mhm. Yeah, that cat movie. I remember watching that.
The cat movie.
Cats or whatever.
Cats?
It's where they like suck the life out of uh other humans or whatever, but they're like a cat alien thing. I don't know, it's weird.
What the heck movie is this one? Now you got me stumped.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I'm curious about this one. Cat
I
movie.
forgot the name.
So, while she's doing that, here's a little trivia for you guys. I'm pretty sure most people will know Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is it's a cheesy film, but it has a cult following and kind of scary. So the alien clowns, the prosthetics, the makeup, the dolls, and everything that was used was actually repurposed for another Halloween movie a few years later. And this Halloween movie starred Ernest. I can't think of his last name. I just know him as Ernest. And this was Ernest Scared Silly or Scared Straight. One of those two titles. The trolls that they used in that film was spray painted and just done up a little differently with prosthetics, and they were the killer clowns from Outer Space dolls.
Mm.
So I had a little trivia for you guys, and that's also one of my favorite Halloween movies, although they don't show that one very much anymore. Oh, you're still searching for it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ask my mom because I don't remember the name of it.
All right. Well, as soon as you remember, I will post it, and I'll be like, Nima, she recalled it, and it is blah blah blah. But
Mm.
but yeah. So, uh, why is it, in your opinion, why is it that people like movies that scare them?
It's adrenaline rush, right?
Is it? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I was thinking about this, and I wonder if it's an adrenaline rush or if it's more of a fantasy type thing where they want to kill somebody, but they don't want to actually kill someone.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, I I mean, sometimes we envision ourselves as characters, like I'll envision myself as Batman when he was Batman and not give me a hamburger, brah, not that junk.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes you want to become that character, or in Star Wars, envision your Luke Skywalker with the lightsaber. And, I'm pretty sure you have some films where you pretended to be some character based off of it, right?
Oh yeah, like I always want to be the girl in Kill Bill for sure.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I think that sometimes people do that with the killers in certain films. I could see someone fantasizing at being a Michael Myers, and they just
Yeah.
hate their family, hate their sister, wish they could stab them to death.
Jeez, that's so intense, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, or now the one that actually gets me is the Saw guy, the Jigsaw killer. That one, I don't know why anyone would want to be that.
Those are sick.
Now that,
That was my best friend's favorite movie, and she would make me sit through all of them, and it
oh,
was disgusting.
okay. So I actually enjoy Saw 1. I thought that was really good because it was more psychological than it was slasher. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly thought that one was good. And then Saw 2 came out. I didn't think that one was bad. It wasn't as psychological, but I thought it was okay. But then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, in my eyes, they dropped the psychological and just became mindless slashers with very creative ways of killing people, and that totally turned me off from it, and it was just gross and just no.
Yeah, yeah, those made me sick.
Yeah, but I don't think it takes much for you.
It really doesn't.
And so now I'm gonna like force you to watch Man vs. Wild Bear Eats.
What?
Man vs. Wild was a show that used to come on Discovery Channel, and it stars Bear Grylls. They have parodies of him on YouTube. And basically, they did a special called Bear Eats because whenever he's in the wild, he always eats something very odd or whatever to help you survive. And
Yeah.
Angie K and I were speaking about this earlier, but one of the things he ate was this giant fat larva. And
Ew.
it was alive too. And I'll never forget what he said. It's like a pus filled pimple just exploded in my mouth.
Oh, that's so gross.
So yeah, I'm gonna force you to watch Bear Eat.
Oh, ew. Oh no. Mm-mm.
So yeah, it was terrible, but it was such an enjoyable show. I really like Bear Grylls, and on the newer show, it's called Running Wild with Bear Grylls. He actually had Obama on there, believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
while he was still in office.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. So that's something. But
yeah.
we are going to start wrapping it up on this wacky day where everything and anything went wrong. And I'm going to say that, well, first, what was the most recent Halloween picture that you saw? Which you kind of said, but what was the last one?
Halloween. Wait, Halloween picture? What do you mean picture?
Like something that's Halloween themed.
Halloween themed? I don't know.
Yeah,
What
you
did I
do.
say?
You literally
What
said
did
you
I
saw
say?
Hocus Pocus not too long ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw Hocus Pocus. I think I'll probably watch The Craft again and Adam's Family.
Honestly, I'm gonna get you a little witch a witch set or something, and we're gonna get you started down the path of magic.
I want that book. I want the book, The Craft, the one from the movie.
Well, I don't know if I could get you that one, but I don't know. I might be on the lookout for something now. Just just a little something where you won't get possessed. That's for darn sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. None of that.
For me, last night I watched It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which I love. I watch all the Charlie Brown little specials every year. And everyone, of course, feels bad for our lovable loser Chuck, who gets a rock. Real quick, it's actually funny because people felt so bad for Charlie Brown in the Valentine special. The studio that made Charlie Brown, they were bombarded with Valentines for him because he didn't get one, and they just felt so bad.
Aww. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, where of course Linus is trying to find the Great Pumpkin, and sure enough, Trump shows up. Oh yeah. um,
Oh god.
I'm gonna get hate for that, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I just really like that. Snoopy's after the Red Baron, and it's just a wholesome show. It's just really wholesome and fun, and it reminds me of somewhat being a kid. I mean, I didn't go trick or treating, but I enjoyed looking at people in costumes and seeing folks who did, and it was just a very enjoyable time.
Mm.
So, but with that said, Neema, tell us about the discount code again and where we can find you, or if someone wants to say hi or something.
Okay. So I just got some new journals in, and they're up for sale on the website www.thirdeymystic.com. I also set up a discount code for the listeners of this podcast, and it is Bob the Alien, all caps,
That
one
is
word.
me.
Yes. So if you put that in on the website, you get 25% off your entire order. And that code is good until December 24th.
All right.
And if you want to find me, check me out on Instagram at Mystic Dealer and at Third Eye Mystic.
Okay. And those links will be found in the description of bleh. Those links will be found in the description below, along with Unexplained Possibilities links to Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, even though we didn't.
Are you okay there?
Yeah, again, off day, but it's a soon to be Unexplained Possibilities Instagram.
Yay, finally.
So, yeah, be on the lookout for that, and hopefully we figure it out. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. So I probably won't be posting to it. It will be Angie K doing it, who does an awesome job, by the way, with the little stories that she puts up, which everyone should definitely check out. They go up on Reddit, they go up on Unexplained Possibilities Facebook page, they'll go up on Imgur, I don't know how to pronounce that. And those links will all be in the description below. And with that said, I wanted to say something different for an ending, but I don't think I can. So I'm just going to stick to the classic. With that said, remember, guys, there are things that go bump in the night. Go ahead and tell them hi. Bye, everybody.